Jennifer, court records show the judge denied it for, quote, failure to prove facts of alleged abuse. Now, the judge also advised Taylor and her husband in his ruling on what else they needed to do. You're looking at copies of the order of protection requested by 29-year-old Taylor McFadden Robinson, filed against her husband, Duncan Robinson Jr. Police say Robinson killed his wife of 7 years Sunday morning at her home in Florence. Her family is just devastated.
To say that her life was cut short in this matter, something I can never get over, my family.
I poured over the thick file of records in family court where I found Taylor's order of protection that she filed for last March. An emergency hearing took place within 24 hours. The order details what Taylor says led her to ask for protection against her husband. A paragraph in the order says, quote, on this day, March 23, 2021, Duncan came over to my home demanding the kids. He followed me after repeatedly being told to leave the premises. I called the police on March 21st. Duncan came to drop the kids off. He blocked my car in and entered my home without permission. On March 12th, Duncan broke my back door after kicking in repeatedly to attempt to enter my home. She said on March 9th, he tried to fight the contractor on her property, and on March 15th, tried to run her over with his car. The judge wrote in its notes that, quote, parties were advised to get attorneys and file divorce action. Differences appear to be over children. Those who work within the court system say you have to prove to a judge that you're in fear of your life to be granted an order of protection. Taylor's sister shared her frustration during Robinson's bond hearing Monday about the denial of the protection order.
The system has failed us. My sister asked for a restraining order, and the judge denied it.
Court records show the couple had a final divorce hearing set for next month right here at the Florence County Judicial Center. A judge has denied bond for Robinson. He remains in jail. Jennifer, the judge told Duncan Allen Robinson Jr. that he won't be getting out of jail on bond for the murder. Robinson appeared in court this morning for the hearing virtually. Police say Sunday morning he burglarized his wife's house on Rice Planters Lane in Florence and shot her. Officers say they found 29-year-old Taylor McFadden Robinson dead inside that home. Her family attended the hearing this morning and they were very emotional. Her sisters told the judge Robinson tried to get an order of protection against her husband.
She was a mother, a sister, a successful entrepreneur, my very best friend. The system has failed us. My sister asked for a restraining order, and the judge denied it. Please do not allow the system to fail us again.
Duncan Robinson Jr. did not say anything during the hearing. In addition to murder, he faces charges of burglary and possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime. At this time, court records don't show that Robinson has a lawyer. Now, I called the magistrate's office to check on the family's claims about the order of protection, but the office told me they don't release information about restraining orders. I've requested a copy of the 911 call as well as the incident report in the murder. At this time, I have yet to receive that information. Coming up tonight on ABC 15 News at 6, you're going to hear why Taylor's family says that she was a rising star in the real estate world.
Yeah, positivity rates show how many people, a percentage of people, are testing positive on any given day. And they show health leaders a clear picture on how COVID is spreading in the state. And you can see a week ago today, 33% of COVID-19 tests came back positive, about 1 in 3. Now, over time, you could look at these and start to see trends of COVID either increasing or decreasing. So obviously, these holes make it very hard to predict. For the last few weeks, COVID positivity rates have been leveling out in South Carolina. Last week, an average of 29.6% of tests coming back positive each day. And the week before that, an average of 30% of tests each day.
The numbers of cases have still been increasing. They've been increasing at a lesser rate over the last couple of weeks or so.
DHEC's Public Health Director, Dr. Brandon Traxler, says that brings hope.
This is certainly promising, and we hope to continue seeing a decline to reach that true plateau and then quickly decrease down the other side of the curve.
With a backlog this week, however, it'll be a couple of days before leaders can see the full picture.
Certainly the percent positive will, I think, hopefully support what we're seeing there. But I don't know that it would be the only thing that I would be looking at.
She says leaders compare the number of cases each week to the positivity rate to see trends.
Mostly it just takes some time and trending out the weekly case counts.
But at the same time, more people taking an at-home COVID test could mean there are more cases than what the numbers show, because DHEC doesn't record those positives.
With not having a healthcare professional or someone trained even in administering these tests, or a lab there doing it, we just can't assure the accuracy of results if we had people self-reporting.
And while we wait to see if COVID in South Carolina is approaching a plateau, she says vaccination is the safest way to stay protected. Now, Dr. Traxler says even if we are reaching that plateau, a new variant could emerge, as we've seen before.
India Prue isn't even 4 months old, but she's part of a story inspiring millions.
A lot of people could relate to it, and I think that was really, really nice to know I'm not alone.
Just a month before Andrew and Alexis Prue welcomed India into the world, they had to take an impromptu trip to Andrew's home in Vermont to visit his father, David, whose health was declining rapidly.
He's like, I just want to meet your daughter. He's like, that's why I'm holding on.
After more than a year on dialysis, David passed away on August 25th last year.
He was insurmountable pain, extremely weak, and just broke down in tears. And he's like, I'm so sorry. He's like, I can't. He's like, I need to go. I need to go to the Lord.
Weeks before meeting his firstborn child, Andrew lost his hero.
I knew it broke his heart whenever we got the news that his dad passed away.
That heartbreak inspired Alexis to come up with something special for Andrew's birthday this month.
I just wanted Andrew to be able to see a vision of what it would have looked like.
She found an artist online who made a picture of David holding India in his arms.
I've never in my entire life been that overwhelmed with emotion.
Alexis took a video of Andrew opening his gift and posted it on TikTok, where it instantly took off.
I had no followers, anything, and out of nowhere, it just started going up and up.
The TikTok got hundreds of thousands of views within a day and now sits at 2.7 million. Not even counting those it's picked up after being posted on other popular profiles across TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram.
In some weird ways, I feel like it's kind of like my dad giving back to us, just shining light on his life and obviously India being here.
While they might not reach viral fame like this again, this isn't the only video the Prues have to show Alexis she'll always share a bond with her grandpa, even if they never met.
We actually have a video to show her later on in life that my dad made for her. Just confessing, hey, I love you. I didn't get to meet you, but I care about you more than you ever know.